Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Here we're going to be looking at the quotient rule. So if you have a function divided by another function, then the derivative is going to be the bottom function multiplied by the derivative of the top function minus the top function multiplied by the derivative of the bottom function, and that's all going to be divided by the bottom function squared. So let's go ahead and jump into a problem here. F of x equals x divided by x cubed. Now, just because we're solving these using the quotient rule doesn't mean it's the most effective way and the only way to solve these. Well, the derivative is going to be x cubed times the derivative of x, which is just 1, minus x, and then this time we'll take the derivative of x cubed, which will give us 3x squared, and on the bottom we'll have x cubed squared. And from here we can simplify. X cubed times 1 is just x cubed, and x times 3x squared is 3x cubed, and on the bottom we'll have x to the 6th. Now x cubed minus 3x cubed is negative 2x cubed, and then divided by x to the 6th. Now we can simplify. Our final answer will be negative 2 divided by x cubed. Okay, here's the next problem. F of x equals x plus 4 divided by 2x. Okay, so our derivative will be 2x multiplied by the derivative of the numerator, which is 1, minus, and then this time x plus 4 multiplied by the derivative of the denominator, which is just 2. And then the denominator will have 2x grouped together squared. Two x times 1 is just 2x, and then minus, and then we can distribute this 2, and that will give us 2x plus 8, all grouped together. And on the denominator, we have to square both the 2 and the x. So we'll have 4x squared on the denominator. Okay, and from here we can distribute this negative sign. So we'll have 2x minus 2x minus 8, all divided by 4x squared. And 2x minus 2x is just 0. So that will leave us with negative 8 divided by 4x squared. And 8 divided by 4 is just 2. So our final answer will be negative 2 divided by x squared. Okay, here's the next problem. F of x equals sine of x divided by x. So our derivative is going to equal x times the derivative of sine x, which will just give us cosine of x, minus sine of x multiplied by the derivative of the denominator, which is just 1, all divided by x, and then we can square that, so that will just be x squared. And this will simplify to be x times cosine of x minus sine of x, all divided by x squared. Here's my next example. F of x equals the square root of x divided by x squared. So our derivative will equal x squared times the derivative of the numerator, which is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 power, minus the square root of x times the derivative of the denominator, which is 2x, and then the denominator squared, so x squared squared. And this will simplify to 1/2 x, and then we'll add our powers together, so 2 plus -1/2, so that's the same as 2 minus 1/2, which is 1/2, which is the same as 3/2, and then minus, then we can imagine a 1/2 power instead of the square root on that x, and we'll multiply those two together, and that will give us 2x to the 3/2 power, because we add 1 plus 1/2, that will give us 3/2. Then all divided by x to the 4th. Now 1/2 x to the 3/2 power minus 2x to the 3/2 power is going to equal -3/2 x to the 3/2 power. And then we'll have all of that divided by x to the 4th. And since we have x to the 3/2 in the numerator and x to the 4th in the denominator, we can go ahead and subtract 3/2 minus 4, and that will give us -5/2 for our power here. So we'll just move our x to the -5/2 to the denominator, so that way we'll have a positive power, which will give us our derivative, which equals -3 divided by 2x to the 5/2 power.